Hi everyone and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we'll be talking about the last book that I read, Love and Monsters by Max Walker, edited by One Love Editing. Love and Monsters is the first part in a trilogy called Book Club Boys. Each book focuses on one of the members of a book club, especially Eric, Tristan and Noah, who have been best friends since they were in high school. Each book focuses on one of them on a different crime story that affects them in some way, and also on their romantic relationship with a boy. Max Walker is a known author from the United States, maybe not so well known here in Spain, since neither this trilogy nor any of his other books have been translated and published, neither in Spanish nor in Catalan. Love and Monsters is about Noah Barnes and his love interest, Jake Pettit. They are co-workers, they are in their 20s, they are starting to get to know each other, they have lunch together at the canteen every day, and Noah is starting to feel a bit, he has a crush on Jake, but he thinks he's straight. One night, he's going to the grocery store to buy some wine for his book club, when he bumps into Jake and ends up inviting him to his book club night. They have a really good time. Jake becomes a member of the club. At night, something concerning and terrifying happens. Someone sends a box to Noah, and inside the box there is a severed chicken head with a piece of jewelry with the colors of the rainbow, so no one knows that it's a threat. There is someone out there who is killing gay people, and they don't know why. He is completely terrified. Jake offers to let Noah stay at his place, and they spend the night together. They have so much chemistry and there is so much tension going on that they end up kissing. Noah starts wondering maybe Jake is not straight, and of course Jake tells him that he's bisexual. They start getting closer to each other, spending more time together because threats keep coming and Noah is desperate, and Jake wants to help him as much as he can from the very beginning. The threats start getting out of hand, it starts getting creepier and darker. They try to get to the bottom of the story, and the whole book club tries to help him, but it's a bit difficult to find out who it is. This book is easy to read. All the books in the trilogy have fewer than 300 pages. I couldn't stop reading at some point, especially the crime part is very well written, especially the end. But I wasn't so satisfied when it comes to the romance. I think Noah and Jake just get together too quickly, even though they start dating some months after this particular book club night, when Noah receives the threat. I think it's very fast-paced. The relationship, it just takes off very quickly. It is not realistic, especially the way they think about each other. Noah thinks Jake is perfect, Jake thinks Noah is perfect. It seems as if they were hopelessly in love, and they couldn't see beyond that, they couldn't see any flaws, even as months go by. And on the other hand, this book is not for you if you don't like explicit sexual scenes, and this book is very explicit in the way and the author describes these scenes. I'm not prudish when it comes to reading books, literature with sex. I think a well-written sexy scene can be thrilling, especially if you get to see the intimacy between the characters and if it helps their relationship develop. But in this book, I was very disappointed with the sexy scenes. The author doesn't hold anything back, which I have nothing against. For me, it's overly vulgar, especially when it comes to the dialogues. When you read the dialogues, to me it was as if I were reading a porn scene rather than an erotic scene in a book. There is a difference there between reading something that's erotic and reading something that's porny. And if you don't like those kinds of descriptions, I advise that you don't read it. I mean, I'm not the kind of person to be scandalized. I think it's just not well written from my point of view. Especially the first half of the book, you get a lot of sensitive scenes given how short the book is, I think there was too much sex and little development when it comes to the intrigue and the crime and the threats. I think there is too much sex, and the scenes were more often than not meaningless to the story. They didn't add anything. If the sex is not meaningful for the story in any way, you can just get rid of those scenes. That's why I didn't like them. Because even after they fall in love, the way they are written is very raw. Even if the author uses sentences such as, "Oh, I think I'm in love with him," most of the descriptions are purely sexual, physical. I don't really get the feeling that from the descriptions that they are really in love in most of these scenes. And that takes a lot from a lot of the excitement and the quality. So I don't know if I will be reading in either of the other two books in the trilogy. The second book focuses on Eric, one of Noah's best friends, and is called Midnights Like This. And the third and last book is called Die For You and focuses on Tristan, Noah's other best friend. I don't know if I will give either of those books a chance or if I will read any of the other books by the same author. I don't think this is my cup of tea. It's a book that I have enjoyed, but there were these two drawbacks for me that made it less pleasant to read. Let me know if you've read anything by this author, if you like this kind of book, this kind of scenes. It seems to be a trend nowadays, especially in young adult books, where you get a lot of sex, meaningless sex, without it contributing to the story at all. Let me know if you have come across any of these issues in your books, if you like them or not. And I will be seeing you next week.